Nope, the title isn't Major Kappa. There is in fact currently a 15-year-old boy going around the fitness influencer scene blasting steroids without a shadow of a doubt. Currently it's only an accusation, it's allegedly he's using steroids. However, to be entirely honest, if you take a look at this boy's physique right now, there is no way in hell he is either at the age of 15 or not blasting steroids. There's just no way those two have come together. And although I am blasting him right now harder than he's been blasting steroids, I do want to give him my flowers because he's doing extremely well. He is very successful. However, if I told you that these two pictures side by side are an 8-month transformation, you'd tell me to eat the bullet of a shotgun. However, that is the unfortunate truth. Now, I will start off by saying his physique on the right hand side is a fantastic physique for a 15-year-old. It's someone who is evidently working out very consistently, they're working extremely hard, they're getting their macros in. However, the fella on the left, I don't think I've ever met someone looking like a real human bear. This guy is blasting steroids so incredibly hard. And I know there's going to be some fanboy going out there saying, oh, you're just jealous and insecure because you're older than him and you don't have a physique like him. I don't want a physique like that. I think a lot of people have this kind of twisted perspective nowadays on like the whole kind of world of bodybuilding and working out where you have to be as big as possible. You don't. The whole goal of exercise and working out is to build a physique that you're personally quite proud of, not to go out there and just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then before you know it, you look like some ninja mutant turtle. Like, you just look stupid. However, obviously that's in my personal opinion. If you want to get as big as possible, be my guest. Now, I know this video is a little bit of a kind of gimmick, but it's still kind of giving this kid some sort of false idea that he is hard as shit and he's super big and proud. But if we are just taking a look at that video right there and comparing it to the picture that I just showed you, how was that an 8-month transformation? That might be realistic as like a 3-year transformation, but 8 months? No, there's steroids involved with this without a shadow of a doubt. And if you do want me to start kind of nitpicking, picking out every single little piece of information, just take a look at the kid's face. It is puffy like a marshmallow. When you do steroids, your body starts to retain as much water as possible, similar to something like creatine. You know, you just have to drink a bunch of water, your body starts to inflate the muscles, that's how you get a lot stronger. However, obviously, there is dangers to that because your muscles start getting stronger and bigger than your body and you are completely messing up your hormone cycle, which we can see is going on with Eric right here. And I think the thing that really backs this whole thing up is the people that he's hanging around with. Like, if you're 15 years old, you're a fitness influencer, you're gonna start kind of getting connections really quickly, and before you know it, you're on a party out in LA with Togi. Yep, that is something that's going on. And if you don't know who Togi is, big steroid blaster. Massive guy. And the thing that most definitely doesn't help this kid out is you've got people going down in the comments saying, oh yeah, you're mocking Togi, but then Eric is going out there saying, well, actually, if we're statistically speaking, Togi's bigger than me, he's richer than me, he's taller than me, he gets more women, blah 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 blah. This 15-year-old kid should never be compared against, like, I think Togi's 24 years old. That is not a fair comparison whatsoever. However, it is something that is most definitely going to happen in the fitness scene. If you just go looking out there, there's always going to be the people comparing themselves to just completely unrealistic scenarios. And if you're just popping a 15-year-old in the middle of that, someone who is very easily influenced by their surroundings because they're 15, obviously they're going to fall down that trap of using steroids. He is basically surrounded by everyone using steroids, and they always say, you know, if you're in a group of people and they're acting a certain way, eventually it's going to rub off onto you. And I think the thing that backs up the steroid theory the most is if you just take one little look at the guy that was in the middle of that picture, he goes by the name of Logan. This is him at 18. He's currently using Tren. Very sad situation because he could probably still get a very good physique at 18 without using steroids. However, if we're looking at this guy right here, and then we are comparing it to this picture of Eric English, they are almost the exact same side by side. Without a doubt, this kid is using steroids at 15. I don't want to hear a single argument going out there defending it. If you want to go there and just be absolutely stupid and just say, nope, he's not using steroids, you're just completely ignoring the truth. If you want to look at a genuinely realistic, extremely good natural physique, just take a look at this guy right here. On the picture on the left, he's 15. On the right, he's 22. If you are exercising extremely consistently, working out very, very hard for the past 7 years, that is realistic without steroids. I'd even go as far to say that his physique on the left at 15 is really, really impressive. I mean, you get 18-year-olds that don't look like that, but he is still natural. He's just evidently working out really hard. Maybe the lighting's really good, but that is a realistic physique. Eric English, on the other hand, going out there blasting steroids, that is not realistic. He is very, very obviously abusing some form of substance. I don't know what it is. I'm not really in the nook and crannies of steroids. However, I have watched so many videos on this kid now, and I just had to speak about it. It is such a desperate and sad situation. It really does show the kind of world of fitness influencing. I mean, I think everybody kind of knows where they're going to start off. They just enjoy working out. They're going to post a couple videos, but before you know it, you're going to start linking up with people that are abusing steroids. You realize how small you actually are in comparison to them, and you just want want to fit in with everyone else. At 15 years old, you want nothing more than to fit in. Obviously, you're going to start blasting gear. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.